The eagle soars in the summit of heaven. The hunter with his dogs pursues his circuit. O perpetual revolution of configured stars, O perpetual recurrence of determined seasons, O world of spring and autumn, birth and dying, the endless cycle of idea and action, endless invention, endless experiment, brings knowledge of motion but not of stillness, knowledge of speech but not of silence, knowledge of words and ignorance of the word. All our knowledge brings us nearer to our ignorance. All our ignorance brings us nearer to death. But nearness to death no nearer to God. Where is the life we have lost in living? Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? The cycles of heaven in 20 centuries bring us farther from God and nearer to the dust. I journeyed to London, to the time-kept city, where the river flows with foreign flotations. There I was told we have too many churches and too few chop houses. There I was told, let the vicars retire. Men do not need the church in the place where they work, but where they spend their Sundays. In the city we need no bells. Let them waken the suburbs. I journeyed to the suburbs, and there I was told we toil for 6 days. On the 7th we must motor to Hindhead or Maidenhead. If the weather is foul, we stay at home and read the papers. In industrial districts, there I was told of economic laws. In the pleasant countryside, there it seemed that the country now is only fit for picnics, and the church does not seem to be wanted in the country or in the suburb or in town, only for important weddings. Chorus leader: silence and preserve respectful distance, for I perceive approaching the rock. Who will, perhaps, answer our doubtings? The rock, the watcher, the stranger, he who has seen what has happened, and who sees what is to happen, the witness, the critic, the stranger, the God-shaken, in whom is the truth inborn. Enter the rock, led by a boy, the rock. The lot of man is ceaseless labor, or ceaseless idleness, which is still harder, or irregular labor, which is not pleasant. I have trodden the wine-press alone, and I know that it is hard to be really useful, resigning the things that men count for happiness, seeking the good deeds that lead to obscurity, accepting with equal face those that bring ignominy, the applause of all, or the love of none. All men are ready to invest their money, but most expect dividends. I say to you, make perfect your will. I say, take no thought of the harvest, but only of proper sowing. The world turns and the world changes, but one thing does not change in all my years. One thing does not change, however you dispute it. The evil does not change. The perpetual struggle of good and evil. Forgetful, you neglect your shrines and churches. The men you are in these times deride. What has been done of good you find explanations to satisfy the rational and enlightened mind. Second, you neglect and belittle the desert. The desert is not remote in southern tropics. The desert is not only around the corner. The desert is squeezed in the tube train next to you. The desert is in the heart of your brother. The good man is the builder. If he build what is good, I will show you the things that are now being done. And some of the things that were long ago done, that you may take heart, make perfect you will. Let me show you the work of the humble. Listen. The lights fade. In the semi-darkness, the voices of the workmen are heard chanting. In the vacant places we will build with new bricks. There are hands and machines. and the clay for new bricks, and lime for new mortar. Where the bricks are fallen, we will build with new stone. Where the beams are rotten, we will build with new timbers. Where the word is unspoken, we will build with new speech. There is work together, church for all, and a job for each, every man to his work. Now a group of workers is silhouetted against the dim sky. From further away they are answered by voices of the unemployed. No man has hired us. With pocketed hands and lowered faces we stand about in our open places and shiver in unlit rooms. Only the wind moves our empty fields untilled, where the plough rests at an angle to the furrow. In this land there shall be one cigarette to 2 men, to 2 women, 1/2 pint of bitter ale. In this land no man has hired us. Our life is unwelcome, our death unmentioned in the Times. Chant of the workmen again. The river flows, the seasons turn, the sparrow and the starling have no time to waste. If men do not build, how shall they live when the field is tilled and the wheat is bred? They shall not die in a shortened bed and a narrow sheet in this street. There is no beginning, no movement, no peace and no end, but noise without speech, food without taste. Without delay, without haste, we would build the beginning and the end of this street. We build the meaning. A church for all and a job for each man to his work.